Oh Lord. Gonna go ahead and shoot today's video. You'll hear my cat in the background, and he'll probably keep continuing to do this the whole entire time. This is the cat that stays in the cage, and he does this for about an hour almost every single day. Now, he might be playing with his toy mouse. Okay, he just said no, so apparently he's not. But I don't know why he does this. I mean, other than he wants out. And I'm not getting him out. Like, I'm just not. Now, I might get him out here after a while because I gotta do some cleaning. So I might let him actually go out on the porch. As long as he'll stay on the porch. But anyways. I'm just really irritated. Like, I have days where just noises irritate the hell out of me. And it's when I'm done irritable is what it is. Like, because I've got so much on my mind. It's like my mind's on overload. And then, like, I was going to make a video and just be, like, talking about dyslexia. Because, like, I'm dyslexic to a degree. I mean, I am, like, literally. And that's the thing is, like, one thing that happened with my kid even. Like, her being bullied in school by her fucking teacher. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But, she's dyslexic. And so she knew the answer to the question on the test, but she got her B and her D confused. And, of course, she got nervous while she was taking her test. And so she marked B as the answer, even though it obviously was not the answer. And so this teacher had to call her out on it because the answer that she given was so obviously not the correct answer. And I guess this video is going to skip because it's just being a piece of shit. But anyways, because I don't know, it's like fucking trucks go by outside and that's all it takes. Like, I swear to God. And then that's another thing too. What else was it? I've noticed that certain functions on my damn phone will just stop in the middle of fucking nowhere. And it's really pissing me the fuck off. But it's just like some other crazy shit going on my phone over the past few months, but whatever. Because, I mean, I'm into technology, but then again, I'm not. I'm just like, fuck it, I can do without it. I was born and lived without it for the longest, like. But, anyways. I have, like, the worst allergies ever, I do believe. Because I'm constantly, like, touching my nose or scratching them or something. Always in my videos when I watch them back, and I'm just like, damn, calm down. But anyways, so the teacher made fun of my child for being dyslexic, and oh my God, like, it devastated her because he embarrassed her in front of the whole damn class. And she come home and, like, cried for, like, ever. Like, literally, she cried for, like, an hour and a half. Like, she was inconsolable, like, or unconsolable. I don't even know which one it is right about now. And it's stuff like that, but it's not just stuff like that. Like, that's lack of my education right there and kind of remembering. And so that kind of piddles on that. But in a video that I made about missing her, talking about missing her, God, I can't even say that on a regular basis without it upsetting me. But anyways, fuck. Dang on, but fuck. I'm such an emotional person. Oh my God. But anyways, so it really upset her, and back to me talking about me being dyslexic and everything, and knowing that I am, in a video that I shot talking about how much I miss my child and everything. I can't even fathom saying that, like, that I'm having to say that. But anyways, fuck. Keep losing my train of thought every time I say it. I said that she was born before Easter, in my video when I was talking, and actually she was born after Easter. And there's a few other things that I've noticed that I've said in my videos, especially my most recent videos, because I'm getting more comfortable. Because that's the thing, is like, I'm dyslexic, so I have to concentrate really fucking hard to make sure that I don't fuck up what I'm saying. And then if I get comfortable around you or whatever, then I'll get to where I fuck up more of what I'm saying, and I say it backwards, or whatever. But I'll say it backwards, or ass backwards, however you want to say that. But I'll say it's backwards as hell, and it's just because I've got relaxed around you to where I can talk to you like that and stuff. And so my mind has kind of got mellow in knowing you. And so I'm just like, I don't have to over concentrate. I don't have to overthink. I don't have to, over control my mind signal to my damn, brain to my fucking mouth, so that way I'm saying the correct shit every 5 seconds or what the fuck ever. Because 9 times out of 10, you gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about if I feel that comfortable around you. And that's like me and one of my friends when I was younger. Like, I had this girl that I thought, like, me and her was best friends, but was actually only friends for like a year and a half. But still, like, we clicked pretty good and everything. And I was, man, sometimes, and she even was, but she wasn't as bad as me. And we get on the phone, and like, I would say something as stupid as, well, I woke up this morning, I put, and I was trying to hurry and get dressed, so I put my pants on, put my shirt on, and I knew I was fixing to run late for the bus, and then I put my shoes on, then I put my socks on, or something like that, or I'd be like, I put my, what was it? I put my foot on my sock, or something like that. Like, I'll say shit completely fucking backwards because it's just my mind, like the dyslexia, like and if I'm really excited too, like, and I'm trying to really say something, like my kid's dad one time. Oh, it hurt my feelings so bad, it really did. But I said my dog rolled over on her belly when she had actually rolled over on her back, because I was talking to him about like, I was really, like, excited in talking to him about what had happened, because he's like, what happened or something, and my dog had gotten a fight and she got a hole ripped in her neck, and I was like, oh, this happened, da 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 da, and everything. And I was like talking to him about how, like, I was the only one that could doctor her and take care of her, and that I'd go out there and she'd roll over, on her back, and she still acted just as sweet, just as innocent, and everything, and that it didn't even make her aggressive. I mean, she literally had a fucking hole in her neck. And I would put gobs of Vaseline over it, like, every day. And I would go out there and and this is the dog that my dad killed because he was mad at me because I had my kid young. And, so he strangled her to death. He tried to poison her with antifreeze while I was in the hospital giving birth to my daughter, and it didn't take. And so I came home and she was sick, and so I was going to feed her grease and stay up with her around the clock and everything, and he went out there and he picked her up by her harness. And anyways, and it's like, I'm not even putting this out here about my dad, like, to be an asshole. Yeah, it was wrong. Yeah, he shouldn't have done it. And I'm sure he knew it as soon as he did it, But that really fucks you up. And the dog was old anyway, so she would have died of old age in a couple more years. And, but, that dog had lived through some shit. And, she literally had, like, this dog came on our property probably, fuck, I don't even know how old I was, or how old she was. I know I was a teenager. I was probably 13. So if I was 13, and I got her when I was like 7 or 8. So she was like 6, 7 years old, something like that. Maybe 8 years old. But this dog, this other person's dog, they were even walking them. Like, they were walking them down the road or whatever. And they started barking at our dog. Next thing you know, they couldn't handle them. And so there went their dog, attacked my damn dog. Like, I mean, they were fighting and everything. Next thing you know, it grabbed my dog by the fucking neck and wouldn't let go. Would not let go for shit. And, my dad actually went down there. Like, I remember when it happened. Like, I was sitting in the house and I heard the dogs fighting and I ran out. And I was barefoot and there was pine cones everywhere because it was like fall or whatever. Like, I don't know what time it was. Or it was getting close, or hell, maybe, I don't know. But there was pine cones everywhere because ain't nobody picked them up in the past few weeks when we got a bunch of pine trees, you know. And, I mean, I had to dig a few out from up under my damn toenails. Like pieces of pine cone, because I ran down there barefoot as fuck. I didn't give a shit. Like, my dad was out there, and he got on to me because I was like trying to grab the other dog, and he's like, "Don't you grab that damn dog, that dog will turn around and bite you." I said, "I don't give a shit as long as it's off her." And he said, "Hold on." He said, "You know, just hold him there then. Fine, pin him there, you know." So I actually pinned the dog where the dog couldn't move, that way it couldn't bite her no more, like if it was to let loose. And I mean, like, I can't remember. Yeah, I stood over it. I put my legs around its body, and I grabbed its ears, I think. Or actually, I think I put my damn arm around its, throat. And like, because I mean, it would not let go of her neck. It would not let go at all. And he's like, fine, if you're going to do that, well, fine, just make sure it don't get her again or whatever. And he come down there with we had this little utility shovel, and he come down there with it, and he was trying to pry its mouth open to get it to let go of her. And, like, that shit wouldn't work. And he said, hell, hold on. He went and got the other shovel, and he come down with it, and he tried to put it in this dog's mouth to get this, you know, to pry this damn dog's mouth open and everything. And the fucking dog, you know, he just would not fucking let go. And so I literally took and pried his mouth open with my damn bare hands, you know. And we got that shovel in. Next thing you know, my dad, like, popped it. And, like, you heard crack, you know. And the dog let go, you know. And he ran off because, I mean, hell, we heard him, you know. And even the damn owner was yelling at us, you know. Was like, bitch, it come on our property. Shut the fuck up, you know. And whenever we was like, we should sue you, you know, it come on our property, and hell, it's ripped a damn hole, you know, in our dog's neck. But it took forever for that to heal. I mean, she had the biggest hole in her neck, and of course, they didn't take her to the vet for it. And I went out there every day, and I poured peroxide on it twice, and I poured alcohol on it once. And I mean, this dog did not flinch. You know, she was definitely my dog. Like, she was a soldier. Like, you know, she didn't flinch or anything. And I mean, it was like, you could see the inside. Oh my God. Like, for the first few days, I thought I was going to vomit, you know. And then I would go to the store and I'd buy the big tubs of Vaseline, and I would just slather it all over her. And then I'd go out there every day and I'd dig it back out and then pour peroxide and alcohol. And I just kept doing that. Like, and it healed up. It healed up, man. Her hair grew back and everything. Like, if I recall correctly, she got actually like a few real bad zits because the amount of Vaseline, like, on the outer edges of where it, you know, originally was at and everything. But I mean, you could see her swallow, like, her muscles or her tendons or some shit on the inside, because I'd hand feed her too. That's another thing I'd do too. I'd sit there. That's probably the only thing that kept her, because that's just like something else that happened to her when she was younger. I don't remember. She got real bad sick, like, and whenever she got sick, like, she'd shut down like me. Like, she just shut down. She'd give up. She'd want to die. Like, that was it. Like, she's just like, fuck it, And so, like, she wouldn't eat for nobody. And I went out there and hand fed her, and she ate for me. And she, ever since then, she was always like that. Like, she was my girl, And, like, so she'd get sick or something, or whatever. And I'd have to go out there and hand feed her. And I'd have to feed her, like, piece by piece or whatever. And so I remember doing that. It's just, Lord God bless. But man, I've been through some shit. And then to see that, like, that's just like a cat that I had. He got one of those wool or wolf worms or whatever from the boa fly or whatever in his neck. Man, it ate a hole in his fucking neck before I could get that son of a bitch out. I was chasing that son of a bitch because it entered in his jaw and it tried to go up towards his eye. And I kept fucking with it, and it went back down and everything because I'd pulled them out of other animals and doctored them before and shit, And it went down in his neck and I couldn't get that fucker out for like 2 damn weeks. And then one day, the cat tore my hands to shit and back, but I didn't care. And his name was Bear, and he was solid white except for this little orangey spot, but it wasn't really even orange. It was like it tried to be, but it was more like yellow or whatever. But he was solid white, blue eyes, and Lord, I loved him to death because I'd had a cat before that was named Neo that was solid white and had blue eyes, and he got antifreeze poison. But, that's another story. But, anyways. Dang on, Bear, he had that wool or wolf nut maggot or whatever. It's a maggot, is what it is in his neck. And I went out there one day and I was like, I'm gonna get this fucking thing out, even if it takes me all goddamn day. I was literally out there for 3.5 hours. That cat bit me probably about 8 damn times. I remember it took 2 months for my hands and my arms to completely heal up. But I was like, I'm going to fucking get this out of you. It's not going to eat you to death, from the inside out and, and you die. Like, I'm going to get it out of you. And so I finally got it out of him. And then he had a big hole in his neck because of it and everything. And it took forever for his to heal. Like, his took a lot longer than where my dog, Sandy, got bit by that dog. Like, his had so much infection and pus, and oh my God, it was so nasty. But anyways, back to being dyslexic and everything. It just fucking happens. It's just, and there's nothing I can do about it except for apologize for it. But then again, like, if you're somebody that really gives a shit about me, then why the fuck should I apologize for a flaw that I have that I can't, I can control. But you know how exhausting it is to sit there and be like, okay, watch what you say, like 24/7. Like, make sure you say it right, because if not, you're going to get laughed at, you're going to get made fun of, or the person's going to act like they don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or they're going to act like you're fucking stupid and you're a fucking moron, so you've got to make sure that you say it correctly and don't come out, with some dyslexic shit, because if you do, they're not going to fucking get it. They're not going to fucking understand. And then, like, so I'm already like that because of that. Well, then, like that because, like, I'm just an overthinker. And then, like, my childhood trauma, whatever you want to call it, just my fucking childhood, man. Because people just sit there and they're like, oh, I didn't go through shit as a kid. Like, and now some of them maybe, like, I don't know, because I'm still debating this whole shit. Like, to me, like, if you grow up around something, and I grew up in a dysfunctional family, so it's fucking normal to me, and I know a bunch of people that have, and like I said in one video, you gotta have problems to get along with me, sweetheart, like, I don't mean we're gonna sit here and we're gonna, like, fuck people up and shit, everything, but you gotta understand that I've been through some shit, so you can't come into my life if you were one of those kids that had that great family, and shit like that. Like, we ain't gonna fucking get along, because I will make you cry. I will make you cry, not meaning to, but just being myself, because it's part of my character. I will make you cry so much. Oh my God, so much. If you had your mama or your daddy that kissed your ass 24/7, honey, we ain't gonna get along. We ain't gonna get along. If you had a car and a license, and all that by the time you was like 16, we probably ain't gonna get along. Okay? That right there is enough almost to make me kind of feel like, fuck you. You've had control to a degree over your life since you've been like 15 or 16 to hop in the fucking car and be like, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going here, I'm going there. And even though I get, like, if your parents were still paying the car note and they were paying the insurance, because my dad did it to my sister once, supposedly, or whatever, tried to get the law after her to get the fucking car or some shit because he was mad at her or whatever. And then he threatened me. He's like, man, if I ever get you a fucking car and you fucking drive off and I don't want you to, he's like, I'm going to call the cops to go get you. And I was like, fuck you, you son of a bitch. And I thought, I'll just speed and wreck and die. Like, that's what went through my head. Like, I was just like, nah. Like, But, like, fuck. Like, and that's another reason that I've always been wanting to get my own vehicle and everything. So that way, there's none of that shit dealing with him. Oh my God. But, fuck. Here I go being tired again. But, I'm always tired whenever I do these because I think it's actually helping me to relax. And that's one thing I was going to get into is like, imagine you're dyslexic, so you're sitting there and you're trying to make sure that you say everything correctly. That way you don't got to deal with the bullshit that people give to dyslexics. Because if you don't know me and you don't give a shit about me, or even if you're still just getting to know me and I fuck up some shit, you gonna think I'm stupid as hell. You gonna think I ain't got no education level. You gonna think like I'm just dumb as fuck. And I don't fucking appreciate that. Like, that makes me want to honestly, like, just, it makes me mad. Oh, it makes me so mad. It's like I have a brain. God gave me a brain, and that's just like my grandmother. Like, she's always like, God gave me a mouth. God gave me my own opinions, and I'm going to say what I think, But, so I'm always doing that. And then because, like, the trauma, or whatever that you want to call it, I'm constantly alert. Like, when I'm awake, I'm more alert than I should be. It's like, for instance, if I go to someplace new, the first thing that I'm thinking is how to escape. I'm like, okay, where's the windows? Okay, where's the doors? Okay, where's this? Okay, if there was a fire. Okay, this is going on in my head, like, even, it's not a conscious, like, but I know my subconscious mind, I guess, or something like that. Like, literally, And, like, I've had people that kind of have not played on that, but, like, when, like, say I barely have been over the place or something, and something would happen, and so something would have to be done, and I would take care of it, I guess you'd say, faster than they even did, and they'd be like, how did you, or why, or, like, I mean, just instincts, like instinctively doing something, and they'd be like, damn, and I'd be like, what? Like, because it's like it's like part of who I am is like second nature. Like, as soon as I walk into a building, like, my mind is constantly just pinging, okay, fire escapes, okay, places died, okay, if shit were to happen, okay, if a tornado were to hit, okay, if this were to go on, okay, if somebody was to come in here with a gun, and that's another damn thing too, man, like, I don't know if that's a good quality, me working for you or not, I really don't, I have no idea, But I've had a gun put in my face by my own dad, so, like, you know, like, and, that's even, like, one night over here, we had this guy calling, some guy, I don't even know who the fuck he was, blowing up the damn work phone. I want to know why my wife got fired from there. Like, blowing up the fucking phone, but not only that, cussing like a sailor. Cussing like a sailor. I mean, and not just cussing like a sailor. Nah, not just like, man, I want to know why the fuck my wife got fired. You need to fucking tell me. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking like, listen here, you goddamn bitch. You better fucking tell me where the fuck, you get off firing my wife, you stupid. I mean, you get what I'm... Whew, honey. Oh, God, it made me so mad. It made me so fucking mad. Like, so pissed. Oh, my God, did it. It made me so pissed. And, this one person, which I don't know how much of a gimmick all of this may have been. It may have been a gimmick from the beginning. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. But this other person or whatever, she's like, oh my God, I'm scared, and I don't want the guy manager to leave because I'm scared. And I'm like, what the fuck are you scared of? And she's like, he said he's going to come up here. And I was like, bet. Let him. And she's like, oh, I think I know him. Oh, I think he drives this truck or whatever. And so we seen this truck pull up outside, and I looked over at the guy manager that was still there at the moment, and I just looked over at him, and I was like, and he's like, what? And I was like, and he's like, what? And I'm like, nothing, but we actually called the cops out, and damn son of a bitch fucking called while the damn cop was there, and I was like, hell yeah, like, let's get this shit straight, because if they don't, I will. Like, I was so mad. Oh my God, I was so mad. Fuck. Like, because they asked me to answer the phone. The managers did that was there. Like, they was like, here, you answer the phone. Because they'd answered it like 4 fucking times, And I answered it, and I come within a hair of smarting off, And I just was like, here, And my manager's like, what? And I'm like, you'll want to take that. I was like, because you don't want me. No. You don't. And, like, they called the cop out to talk to him about it. And I'll be damned if the fucking phone didn't ring. So I just answered it. As soon as I answered it, he called me a bitch. And I was just like, and I carried the phone out. Like, I didn't even keep it to my ear. Because I was like, oh my God, it's fixing to get real up in here real quick. Like, oh my God, it made me so mad. And who knows, there might be a day that this dude, who the fuck ever he is, sees this video or what the fuck ever, and it's just like, you need to calm the fuck down. And it's obvious you were drinking, because you were slurring your words like I don't fucking know what. There's no goddamn sense. You don't fucking know me. You don't fucking know those people. There's no fucking sense in you sitting there fucking name calling them. Ain't no sense in it. I'm sorry your wife got fired. I didn't even work with her. I never even seen her. Okay? Just don't. Whew. Just don't. But, anyway, so my mind is constantly just on overload. It's like, I'm constantly, like, in a state, not of panic, but in a state of I don't even consider it worry. Because it's so natural to me. But it's just a state of awareness, I guess is the best way to word it. Like, that's the reason I do good with having, even though my 3rd dog ain't home right now, that's the reason I do good with having 3 damn dogs, And that's the reason, I do good in situations like that. Like, my dogs have got into fights, because one of them thought that the other one was fixing to do something to the other one. Oh my God, bet. Like, seriously. Like, dang on, what was it? this one right here with the snout hanging out, being all special, wanting some loving. Want some meth? But, it just a smiling. I'm so happy. But, dang on. Okay, you're gonna rip my shirt. You're scratching me while I'm scratching you. That's not working. There we go. But, anyways, dang on, so her mama, because it's her mama, and then this stray that showed up that we took in. So her mama actually thought that the boy dog was going after her baby right here. And he wasn't. Like, he wasn't even doing shit. Like, he literally just walked in there. And that's all it took. So mama charged the scene, because this is when he was first kind of new here. So he's all getting used to him. So mama charged the scene, growled at him, and he turned around and growled at her. Next thing you know, it's on like Donkey Kong, I guess you could say. And so they're after each other. And I'm in there, and like, I was in there cooking. Like, they could come in the kitchen. That's another thing, too. So there was food going. And they come in there, and man, I just fucking threw them apart, and they slid apart, you know. And they got back together. Well, when they got back together, man, they just growling, heading towards each other. And baby here, damn, hell, fuck no. She pinned his ass to the goddamn ground. She's like, you ain't touching my mama. Like, it was funny as fuck. Like, I was like, oh, hell yeah, you know. And so I pulled her off of him, you know, and everything. Well, then, in the midst of me doing that, because the baby, she growled, and, oh, that's right, she whimpered, because I grabbed the scruff of her neck and jerked her back. And so she whimpered. Well, mama thought she'd whimpered because, you know, she got hurt, you know. And what it was, I just scared her because I grabbed her so quick and jerked her back. And so she went and they got into a fight. And, man, there's a little bit of blood. Like, he pinched the shit out of her ear. And she had, like, a huge scratch down her ear. And she got his lip. Like, his lip was bleeding on the inside. But, I mean, you know, it happens, you know, especially when, like I said, you know, he was new. We hadn't had him that long and everything. But, like, now he's part of the family. And that's another thing, too, like, about my dogs is, like, they play rough. You know, that's just... Because, I mean... that's like... I mean, you can't cage a wild animal. And even though, yeah, my cat's caged and everything... If the little fucker scratches me as I walk by or whatever, I'm just like, eh. Because, I mean, fuck, you know, like, it don't make any sense. Like, people just kill me. And that's another thing, too. Like, if your damn dog bites you, it's because you done something wrong, you know. Like, seriously. Like, you may not have the knowledge of what you've done wrong, and you may try to put it off on the dog because you don't have the knowledge, and you don't understand, and you don't want to admit guilt and blame or whatever. But if a damn dog bites you, or hell, any fucking animal does something wrong to you, there's two reasons. Else you did something wrong, or else they're scared as fuck. Like, some shit hit the fan, and they lost, like, they were worried about numero uno, and they were trying to get the fuck up out of there or some shit. And so, you got in their way, you know? But, like, other than that, like, man, I don't even get people. Like, I swear. I just have this thought process, this shit that I've been through and lived through and everything, and I'm just like, man, how do y'all not get that, you know? I gotta sit back up. My fucking hair. Oh, you big baby. But, anyways. Yeah, so, I mean, when I get comfortable, you know, and everything, I'll get to where I say shit backwards. It's not that I'm stupid, it means that I'm actually comfortable around you, and that my brain has actually relaxed enough. And that's another thing, too, is, like, my ears. Like, for starters, that's one reason my parents think that I'm retarded as fuck, is because I was in IEP classes. Because, okay, for starters, I threw myself off the goddamn bleachers when I was a kid. Before that, my mom came home, found my dad strangling me at like 6 months old. And she told my aunt about it. My aunt told me about it. My aunt didn't tell me about it until my daughter was like 2. And so, yeah. And my aunt told me about it because I remember the conversation because my mom was sitting there watching John Travolta, The Boy in the Bubble or whatever movie. And I don't know if she was I don't know if she'd smoked weed with my aunt. I have no idea where my mama's brain was at this moment in time. Or if she was trying to pull one over on me because she thinks I'm stupid or some shit. And so she was trying to see how fucking ignorant I don't fucking know. All I know is I was sitting there watching it with her. My aunt had came over and visited. And me and my aunt got out of the room and was in the living room talking. And then we was talking about other shit dealing with my dad. And that's how that got brought up about, oh, well, your dad's always been violent. Your mom's sitting there bullshitting you saying that he ain't been violent ever since you met him, And I was like, oh, I figured that much, and everything. And so she told me about that, But, any fucking way. Hang on. She's sitting there watching that movie and she looks over at me and she's like, I always wondered how they got, because at the beginning it shows a baby and then like a kid and a teenager and then John Travolta playing the part of the, adult, or teen or whatever in the, and my mom's like, I always wondered how they, went from picking him as a baby and then shooting him again and shooting him later on in his life, and making sure that he'd be, such a good actor, how did they know he'd be such a good actor, and when they shot this little, she was saying that it was John Travolta the whole damn movie, the baby, the kid, the teen, and the adult, and I was just like, oh, fuck, so maybe my mom had smoked some weed with my aunt. I honestly don't fucking know. I've never heard my mama say no more fucked up shit than that in her whole goddamn life. And since my aunt was there, they ain't no telling, I'll be honest. And so I went out of the room in a state of shock. I was like, oh my God, and I sat there and I just, because man, if you say, hell, I dealt with my cousin who's a paranoid schizophrenic, who'd be like, did you hear that? And I'd be like, no. And then she'd be like, no, I fucking heard it. Did you hear it? And I'd be like, yeah, I think it, I ain't getting in a fight with you. Yeah, I heard it, what the fuck did you hear? And shit like that. And, so I just walked out of the room and I was like, oh shit, mama lost her mind, And when I was sitting there and she's talking to me about that, I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know how they did that. And I was trying not to laugh. And I was like, oh fuck, And so I walked out. And my aunt was there in the living room and she looked at me and I was like, I need to talk to you, And she's like, what is it? And I was like, you know what your sister just said to me? My mother, the person that gave birth to me. And she's like, what? And I told her. And she started laughing. And I was like, it's not fucking funny. I was like, is my mom really that stupid? Well, then my aunt must have went and told my mom, because my mom told me later on or whatever. Or no, I take it back, because it was around that time that we had the falling out. And my aunt made fun of my daughter for fixing to have her teeth taken out. And so when we had the falling out, I talked on the phone with my cousin Misty. Well, hell, my mama listened in on my phone at the house because I was living with them, and her mama listened in, and then they'd shit talk about us behind our backs and all kinds of shit. And so my mom found out that I said that about her because I told my cousin Misty about it, and I was like, listen to this shit. I was like, listen to this shit. Listen to what I got to deal with over here, And then my mom come out of the damn room and she's like, I didn't mean it like that, I didn't say it like that. And she's like, Heather, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, I know what the fuck you said. I said, so I don't know if you just woke up before you watched the movie and your brain's lapsing or what the fuck ever. I was like, but that's what the fuck you said. I said, if you wanted to say, that, something else, you should have worded it differently. I said, because that's the way that it come across. I said, that's the way that my brain processed it. I said, because you sat there and you literally said, duh, 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 and duh, and I was like, so Take it how you want to. I said, but anybody that hears that, I said, because even your sister, when I told her what she said, I said, she sat there and she just started laughing and shaking her head. And she's like, oh my God, you know. But, man, fucked up shit. Fucked up shit. Like, oh my God. Like, they had to have. Or maybe they drank. I don't know. Or maybe my mom, health-wise, maybe she'd had a stroke, you know, or something. Or I don't know. But, man, you know. And, like, that's the thing, too, is, like, I hate people sitting there, you know, on their high horse about how they're not flawed, or they don't do shit, or they don't make mistakes, you know, and it's like, you realize you're not God, right? Like, you realize this. Do you really fully grasp that? Because if you really fully grasp that, then you're going to understand that you're going to make mistakes, you know. And that's just like me, like I said in one of my other videos or whatever, like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, because my short-term memory's shit, you know, and I'll be like, I didn't fucking say that. The fuck are you talking about? You know, especially like if we're arguing and you're like, you said, you know, and like, you know, and you come at me with that attitude, I'll be like, fuck no, I didn't. Then I'll sit there and about 2 weeks later it'll hit me and I'll be like, oh shit. And I'll be like, baby, I'm sorry. But the thing is even in me being that honest, even in me noticing that flaw about myself, there was a few times that my husband there at the last when we was together, he tried to get me on that shit. Ooh, somebody, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. That's my girl. Sometimes I think she literally does that, like, when she knows I'm talking about shit that I don't put up with or something, like, I don't know. Because I don't put up with people's bullshit. I just fucking don't. That's the reason me and my husband ain't together. And so there was a few times after I told him that I was like that he would try to pull one over on me. And he'd be like, Heather, you said this, you know, and I'd be like, no, I didn't. And he'd be like, you know how you said your short-term memory ain't good? And da-da-da-da-da. I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, but Casey, shit, I shouldn't say his fucking name. Ah! Well, anyways, there's a bunch of other people named Casey, so it'd be alright. But I was like, Casey, I was like, no. I was like, give me 2 weeks, fine. You say that I said that, you know, 3 days ago or a week ago? I said, give me 2 weeks, let me think on it. I said, I don't know if I said it. I said, because I'll remember it, because I remember every damn conversation that I fucking have, for the most part. I said, so let me think on it, you know, and everything. And, so I come back to him, you know, about it, and I'll be like, we never even talked about this. I'd be like, we never even discussed this. As a matter of fact, I can show you the text messages where I'm like, we ain't fucking talking about this, you know? Like, we done fucking talked about it. I done fucking told you where I stand on the shit, you know? And you're not gonna sway me and manipulate me and get me, you know, you done did on one damn huge-ass subject, which was having kids. I told him flat out. Before we got married and everything, I said, unless I'm working and driving, I said, we ain't having a baby. Oh my God. The first 6 weeks we was married, that man harassed the shit out of me and was like, my mama's fixing to die of cancer. His mama is still alive today. Ooh. But he's like, oh, she's fixing to die of cancer and I want to hurry and have a grandchild for her. So I was like, fine. 1 pregnancy. That's it. And then, the whole time we was together, we tried. I went to the doctor 3 damn times because he was trying to say it was me. And I was like, son, I was like, you know, I had a kid. And not only that, other than the STD that killed the baby that I miscarried, I'm like, I was having a healthy pregnancy other than that, you know. I'm like, so don't. And, like, what is it called? The DNC or what the fuck ever, where you have to go get cleaned out and shit after having a miscarriage. I didn't have that shit done. Like, because I didn't have the money. Couldn't get to the doctor and all kinds of shit like that. So he's like, well, maybe it's you. I went to the doctor 3 damn times. each time they're like, "What are you up here for?" And I'm like, "To make sure I can still have kids." They look at me like the last time, the third time I went up there, like they even did a fucking ultrasound on me, okay? I'm good. I can make babies still. And dang on, they're like, "Honey, are you still having a period?" And I'm like, "Yeah, unfortunately." And they're like, "You can have babies." They said, "It's him," And I was like, "I've been trying to tell him this for a year and a half, but he won't go get tested. He won't have." And then because he's overweight, he's overweight. They was like, that's probably one of his, if not the whole reason, And I was like, and I tried to tell him, and he wouldn't do shit about it. And so we didn't have a kid. And luckily, we didn't, because here we are. We're not together, And I want a divorce. I'm done. But man, I'm so done. In all honesty, I mean, still a little part of me that's like, oh, this girl that, and sperm bank, and babies, But then, because my parents took my one and only kid, so I'm just like, I don't know if I want anymore. Because I swear to God, like, the hell I've been through, It's like you think you're a mama bear with your first one. Hell, you have a second one, And my situation, I would probably become a hell of a lot worse. Like, bad as fuck, Like, because I'm already mad as hell about so much shit that my poor babies had to go through, Like, But anyways, I'm fixing to end this video because it's coming up on an hour. But that's just like some random me talking, and mainly talking a little bit about dyslexia. And that's another thing I was thinking about talking about. Fuck. Hell, I can't even remember now because I've got my mind so damn sidetracked talking about other shit. But yeah. So I'm gonna end it here, even though I kind of don't want to. I want to keep talking because this is like me venting, and it helps me out. Oh, it's something dealing with, was it dealing? Hell, I don't know if it's dealing with work or not. But, man, just, this world, this world and these people and their judgments and their, man. But I'm going to end it. So, if you like my videos, like hearing me rant about my life and some of the crap that I've lived through and been through, like seeing my personality or what the fuck ever, and everything, and getting to know me, and know that, like, we might have some likenesses, some qualities, we might struggle with the same struggles. Oh, that's another thing, too, is like, I was going to mention real quick or whatever in another video or whatever, I might talk about it one day, is like depression and suicidal thoughts. And this damn person wanted to be up my ass and be like, oh, we're going to make sure you never see your kid again because we got a video of you talking about suicidal thoughts. Guess what? There's videos on here of me talking about this shit. It fucking happens, okay? It's like a go-to in my fucking mind because it was a go-to in my dad's mind, my whole fucking... and it's just something that happens. Like, I mean, literally, I don't know how many times my dad told me he was going to kill me when I was, like, growing up. Like, I mean, like, literally was like, I'm fixing to kill this whole goddamn family, So, it's just an extreme. And then that's another thing, too, is, like, whenever he's went to, try to do counseling when I was 15, because him and my mom about split and shit. Dang on, he sat there and fucking got told by a counselor and a preacher, well, at least from what my mama said. She might have lied, but I doubt it, in all honesty, because he acts like it. He really does, from what little bit I've read up on it. But they told him that he was bipolar, and so he refused to go back after they'd tell him that. Like, he just fucking refused. And he literally acts like it, because he'll be. And so, if I was raised around somebody bipolar, my whole fucking life, And then that person meets you, just like with my husband. He met my husband, and my husband didn't tell me until we'd done been married a year. And he's like, oh, you know, your dad, like, whenever I asked for your hand in marriage or whatever and I asked to marry you, your dad told me that you's bipolar and good luck. Good luck you got right. I'll be honest. I'm a challenge. I am definitely a challenge. But I need somebody else's challenging, but not like abusive, But I need somebody that can, compete with my competitive side or I don't know. But anyway, he told him that. And so then my husband, the last year we was together, and then even whenever he left, he's like, Heather, you're bipolar, you're bipolar, you're bipolar. Like, he would not get that the fuck out of his goddamn mouth. Like, I swear to God, it made me want to, like, force him to eat soap. Like, it made me so fucking mad, because it's like, shut the fuck up with that shit. Because it's like, you're just saying that because you're mad at me. And I was like, let's go to marriage counseling. And he wouldn't do it. Just like he wouldn't go and get tested to see if, he could have kids or not. Like, I'll do my fucking part. And I was doing my fucking part. And as a matter of fact, he even tried to call me a sex addict. And I'm like, you motherfucker. You wanted a baby. How the fuck do you think they come into existence? Anyway. Whew. Jesus Christ. But I'm going to end it here. So if you like my videos, please comment, share, like, and subscribe. I'll catch you later.